Today we are going to talk about adding and subtracting mixed numbers. There's a picture of someone baking because when I think of mixed numbers, I think of recipes or maybe doubling a recipe because it's you need more than it says it's going to, or maybe cutting the recipe in half because there aren't as many people that are going to eat. So thinking like, oh, says I need 1.5 cups of flour, but I want to double the recipe, so I need 1.5 plus 1.5. What would that equal? So that's what we're going to be talking a little bit about today. But first I want to review fractions, adding just simple fractions and not mixed numbers. So if I look at this fraction right here, we see the whole bar orange, and I see this 3/6 are these boxes right here, and then I see another 2/6. Well, they're all sixths, so I see 3/6 right here plus 2/6 equals 5/6. So you can see that the denominator didn't change because they're all sixths still. All of these little sections are sixths, but we were adding 3 of them to 2 of them to get 5/6. The next one, the blue, I see these two kind of grouped off by this bracket underneath. So that would be, first I need to figure out how many there are all together. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, eighths. I'm dealing with eighths. So I've got 2/8. And then the next section that they're showing me is another 2/8. Pen not working that great. And then another 2/8. So I know that my answer is going to be in eighths because those are all eighths. And I'm running out of space. I'm just going to put the answer right here. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. So this shows 6/8. Let's do one more. The bottom, I can see already that we have thirds. And they're showing me 1/3. Plus another 1/3 plus another 1/3. They're all thirds, so my denominator is going to be the same. And then I've got 3/3. And 3/3, you can see, is the same as 1 whole. When we add fractions with the same denominator, we know that that's always going to be the denominator, right? So if this is fifths, my answer is going to be in fifths. If this is eighths, my answer is going to be in eighths. And then I just look to see what the numerator is. Well, 3 plus 2, 5. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 4, 7. Same with when we subtract numbers. That denominator is 5. That's going to be my answer. These are tenths, and these are sevenths. Then we can go ahead and look at the numerator when we're subtracting. 4 minus 2 is 2. 7 minus 3 is 4. And 6 minus 1 is 5. So adding and subtracting fractions is pretty easy as long as you remember to keep that denominator the same. Now we're going to get into mixed numbers. So 2 and 1/3 plus 1 and 1/3, and kind of see what that looks like. Okay, so this number right here, this 2, is going to tell me that that's 2 wholes. And for ease and visualization, I'm going to pretend that these are candy bars up here, all right? So I'm going to have 2 whole candy bars. I'm going to color in this whole thing. That's 1. Oops, that's a silly one. And then I'm going to color in this one. So that's 2 whole candy bars. And now I'm going to look at the fraction, which is just going to be 1/3. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. This is going to be 1 whole candy bar. And then the fraction would be 1/3. So I'm going to just actually color this 1/3 in. Okay. So now this was my other whole 1/3. And now when I look at 1/3 plus 1/3, that's going to be 2/3. So I have basically 2 plus 1 is going to be my whole number, which is 3. And then 1/3 plus 1/3 equals 2/3, which you can see right up at the top. Let's take a look at another one. This time we're going to show 1 and 2/4. So I'm going to color in one whole circle. And then I know they're divided into fourths, so I'm going to give 2/4. Then let's do 2 is going to be my whole number. So these are always, you're going to do the whole thing. 2 is going to be my whole, so I need to color in 2 whole circles. I'm just kind of going quickly, but you get the idea. That's my whole. And now I have to color in 1/4 right here. Okay. So when we go back and look, this is a whole, 1 whole, 2, 3 whole pizzas. We can pretend they are. And then this one right here is going to be 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So 1 plus 2 is 3. 2/4 plus 1/4 is 3/4. And that's exactly what we see up here in the picture. Next one, 2 and 1/6 plus 1 and 4/6. You can see I kind of wrote it up and down this time. And let's go ahead and color in 2 wholes. Looking at this whole number right here, 2 whole pizzas. And then my fraction piece would be 1/6. One extra little piece right there. And then now I'm going to look at the next set of pizzas. 1 whole. And then the part of the pizza is going to be 4/6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when I go to add them together again, I'm going to look at the whole of 2 and 1, and then that's going to be 3. And if you look up here, I did have 3 full pizzas. Now I have my fractions, which are going to be 1/6 plus 4/6. And, oops, I forgot to color in another little piece here. Or no, I didn't, sorry. So now I've got 1/6 plus 4/6 is going to be, they're still cut in 6 pieces, but now I'm talking about 5 of those 6 pieces. All right, let's take a look at the next one. This one, I'm not even going to do a drawing. I'm just going to think, okay, whole numbers, 4 plus 6, and fractions, 3/10 plus 4/10. They're still tenths, and then I just look at 3 plus 4 is 7. So my answer would be 10 and 7/10. Again, if I look at it horizontally, I just start with my whole number. 7 plus 2 is 9. And then I look at my fraction of 2/7 and 4/7. I know that they're both sevenths, and 2 plus 4 is 6. Same thing goes now when we are subtracting. Make sure that you see the subtraction symbol. That's like going to be the biggest thing that you need to remember, is if it's addition or subtraction. I've got my whole numbers. 9 minus 2 is 7. And then I've got my 4/5 fraction, and we're subtracting 1/5. So they're all fifths. 4 minus 1 is 3. Sometimes we have horizontal fractions or mixed numbers. So again, whole number is 12. Minus 6 is 6. And I've got my 7/8 minus 3/8. They're both eighths. 7 minus 3 is 4.